Alright guys, welcome back to another week in my training life and another week in my life. And as of right now, Melissa's been gone for a few days, which means that I am picking up double duty. It means that, it quite frankly means that I have no training partner, and the person that often is plays the role of my coach when we are in the gym. And yes, around the house it means that I'm picking up the slack and doing what she does, and sometimes doing things that it usually requires both of us, such as things like this. We have two very high energy dogs, and they require frequent breaks outside. And it just so happens that it's been raining off and on, so the backyard is really muddy, and I'm cleaning and wiping feet many times during the course of the day. However, they're totally worth it, and especially right now that she's gone, they're great company to have around since the house is a little bit more quiet than I'm used to. However, I cannot wait to have her back and get my training partner back, and actually have someone in the gym who I really trust when it comes to everything from spotting to keeping an eye on my form. As far as training though, it was on this week. We did safety bar squats with a pause, and this was a PR for me. This was 335 because the safety bar is 65 pounds. 335 for a set of five, I believe. And again, the safety bar, just really using it on certain squat days, I really think it's going to help me with my high bar squat, and I really think it's going to help me with my deadlift, because I really think that my upper back strength is lacking, and this is really going to help me bring up those lifts. And again, it gives my shoulders a break, which is also kind of nice. After the safety bar squats, we did some deadlifts for some heavy singles, and this is something that I'm practicing because I want to compete in powerlifting meets this spring. And on this day, it was singles at 9.5, so definitely a weight that was too heavy to do for more than one to do for another rep. But I probably could have gone a little heavier, but I wanted to practice multiple singles. And then after that, we just played around a bit with the Swiss bar. This is something that we recently just got at the gym, and it was just like totally heaven sent when I got the news that we were going to get one of these. So it's a good way to just find my groove again with the bench press without necessarily setting myself back in terms of recovering from the aches and pains that my shoulders have been bringing me lately, because things are going really good right now, and I don't want to set myself back at all. I think right now I'm at about 80-90%, and this wasn't a real set here. I just kind of wanted to get a feel for it and see what this could do for me. So I'm really optimistic after giving it a test drive, and I think that using this as a an accessory to my main pressing is really going to help me just find my groove back when it comes to bench pressing, and not only that, but help me get my triceps a bit more jacked, because that's one body part that doesn't come very naturally to me. But the real pressing though, the real pressing was done on dumbbell incline, and the reason that going with dumbbell incline is my prime movement right now is because it's the one movement that actually feels pretty safe and feels pretty good on my shoulders. And 105 was as heavy as I was going to go on this day. However, after my first set, I realized, well, one, that there was dust falling off these dumbbells, and it was falling in my eyes, and that wasn't feeling good at all. However, it also felt really easy. So I decided to, you know what, let's put this down, because it's really starting to burn my eyes. And let's see what 115s feel like. And to my surprise, 115s didn't feel too bad at all. Certainly felt better than 105s and dust falling into my face. But the 115s, once I kicked them up and set them into place, no issue at all. And this is definitely about 15-20 pounds lighter than what I'm used to lifting in this rep range. However, it's progress, and I'm really glad that I've been patient when it comes to bringing heavy pressing back into the equation. Just making sure that, again, I stay on top of my mobility work, stay on top of my prehab work, and I think That, and of course, like I said, not rushing this little boo-boo has gone a long way in making sure that I haven't extended the recovery period more than I needed to, which, you know what, I've done one too many times in my past. So at this point, I know better. And after the heavy pressing was done and all the main stuff was done, I decided to do some barbell bench pressing for the first time, and I can't even remember, probably since the summer, and it felt really good. I was really surprised at this, and nothing too crazy here. Just wanted to have some pain-free bench pressing, and I was quite pleased. And again, I want to compete in powerlifting this spring simply because it definitely helps me quench that competitive thirst I have. Not that I'm very competitive when it comes to powerlifting. However, it's one of those things that, you know it's like a PR party. It's a PR bash, and you really have to have experienced a powerlifting meet to understand. So after the pressing was done, this was a pull day, and again I was going to use the Swiss bar for some rows. I wanted to do some pendlay rows off the floor with the Swiss bar, and the concept sounded great, and I really thought that this is going to be awesome. However, after trying it a few times, I realized that I don't think this bar was meant uh, to be slammed into the floor, and I don't want to break the brand new bar we just got, so I decided to fold it after my first set here. So this was 185 off the floor, and it was feeling really good. But I'm not going to be that jackass that breaks the brand new Swiss bar we just got. Of course, we decided to just do a lift that didn't require breaking of equipment, so we went with dumbbell rows, which still is one of my favorite back exercises. And I did a video where I talked about this, but I'll bring it up again because I think it's important. I don't like to do my dumbbell rows in a staggered stance, but rather I like to have my feet evenly right next to each other, and I think this just produces not only a better contraction at the top, but much less torque in your lower back. And this is something that came to me when I was doing this mobility drill that you're about to see right here, and I realized that, well, crap, why don't I just apply this exact same concept to my dumbbell rows? And I did, and I haven't looked back since. And I really think it's just a safer, much more effective way of doing dumbbell rows. But yeah, guys, everything is really looking good. My shoulders are feeling a whole lot better, and I am able to do things like barbell curls, which, again, just a few weeks ago, those were no go. And because my shoulders feel better, my elbows feel better, and I'm starting to do a lot more direct arm work. So my arms have regained a lot of that fullness, and I'm starting to look like I semi-lift sometimes. But yeah, I'm just really optimistic about these next few weeks and months, and I'm forecasting some personal best on a lot of the big lifts. So that definitely is a big change from where I was just a few weeks ago, where I was making a living off my leg days, which is the last thing I need, I think. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is just a friendly reminder here that you should re-rack your weights. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week, hopefully with some good stuff to report.